The Warriors outdueled the Utah Jazz in an offensive explosion, dropping 140 points on the Jazz, as that's a season high for the Golden State Warriors in a basketball game this season. Utah, they dropped to 3-13 in the month of January, and the Warriors even up their record on this 4-game road trip to 2-2, and they'll come back home for a monster stretch against the Pistons beginning on Friday. Of course, that'll be Draymond Green bobblehead night as we welcome everybody to Toyota Warriors Postgame Live with the Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, NBA champion Festus Ezeli. I am Bonte Hill. The hot shooting started early, and it lasted throughout the game, Phil. It was a three-point shooting in the first half, and then the Warriors ended up just going crazy in the second.
I mean, Bonte, if you didn't watch this game and you just looked at the numbers purely, it looked like the Warriors had an incredible offensive night, and they did. They shot the ball incredibly well, 53% from the field. You know, they made 23 threes. All these numbers were incredible. But as the Warriors extended their lead, they kept letting the Utah Jazz back into the game. They got it through offensive rebounds. They got it through points in the paint, getting layups at the rim. I think the Warriors, this was more an offensive game where Moses Moody showed out than it was a defensive game.
Yeah, the efficiency numbers off the charts. The Warriors shoot 53% from the field, 42 from three, 83 from the free throw line. They get 5 players off the bench in double figures. Yep. You said Festus. Moody had a big-time game at 26. Steph had 27, 37 assists. A good feel-good game because they're coming home to have some tough home games before they go on the back on the road. Some important games coming up before the All-Star break.
Detroit, Philadelphia, Phoenix, and the Lakers. Yes, that's a monster 4-game stretch. But one guy who's rolling right now is Moses Moody. He's a lifetime 43% shooter from the three-point line in the month of January. He stopped by with Fitz and Buki.
So Moses Moody, 26, 9 of 15, but you got to start with maybe my favorite play of the year. Miss, rebound, miss, rebound, miss, rebound, and layup. And you going against multiple guys in the Jazz, relentless. Where did that come from tonight?
Yeah, just bringing the energy. You know, it's a long road trip. Last game of the road trip, we got to find it. We out here in Utah, you can't breathe. But early on, you got to find a way to do it. So we got an opportunity to get the ball and go get it.
Just explain how much fun it is to play when you guys are having the ball moving like this. 38 assists. That ball was hopping around, whether it was transition, half-court offense. You obviously benefited from that.
Yeah, it's really fun. Everybody get touches, even when you're not shooting it. Just feeling the ball in the possession, it's a good feeling. So being able to see the play ahead, everybody being willing to do it, it's fun, it's productive. That's the way to play basketball.
All right, let me just embarrass you with love. 26 points, but you were plus 28, best on the team. No turnovers, best on the team. And then the 5 threes, you're up over 40% for the season. Is it all just hard work, or at 23 now, are you becoming more confident in this league?
It's hard work, and with work comes confidence. So, seeing the benefits of the work that I put in, and it's not just hard work. It's learning. It's paying attention to your teammates, paying attention to opponents, watching film, just all of that. So I guess that can be considered maturity as well. So, it's all tied in together.
You battle and you're scrappy pretty naturally. As a team, it seems like you guys are kind of embracing this mentality from here on out. You guys forced 19 turnovers again tonight. You were everywhere. There's multiple guys getting deflections. Talk to me about that mentality. Is that the way it has to be every single game from here on out now?
Yeah, I think that's we found something there. That's part of our DNA. Like you said, I'm scrappy naturally. I grew up with a bunch of brothers and cousins and wrestling and all of that. So, I feel it out here on the floor. When one guy gets into that mentality, it's contagious and everybody can feel it. So when we get in that mode, it's a positive thing for the team for sure.
Talk about learning a little bit when you get to see Al Horford and Draymond play together defensively. Colette and I were enjoying it so much. You're out there as an excellent defender. Early on, that's kind of a fun way to start the game.
Yeah, I enjoy it, being able to be on the ball, knowing I got that. And they got my back, supporting anything that I do, any gambles or mistakes that I make, they cleaning it all up. So, I appreciate it. I don't get to see it as much because they're behind me, but I enjoy it.
The Jazz are another one of these teams that play at this super fast pace, third in pace. They love to get out in transition, but you guys kind of turn that back on them. You scored in transition. Multiple guys scored in transition. Is that the preference from here on out for you guys offensively, just trying to get fast break points and transition points before defenses are set?
Yes, because that probably means we play good defense and got a deflection or got a run out in that possession. But playing fast, playing basketball, we got some really good players. So everybody just being able to feel the game, and that's how those fast, quick opportunities come early in the possession, like you say.
All right, we appreciate you stopping, Moses. Rona and Kareem raised a scrappy, talented, wonderful kid.
Yes,
you
they
were
did.
great tonight.
Yes,
You're going to tell your buddies you were plus 28, best in the team tonight.
I got you.
That is Moses Moody joining us on the postgame. The Warriors win it. They're coming home 2-2 on the trip, win number 27. Bring on the bad boy Pistons on Friday night. If Steph Curry can get out of the autograph line and we can fly home.
Yeah, he's going to take his time and sign some autographs. Yeah.
All right, you see Moses Moody and his three-point percentage by month this season. Now, keep in mind, this is the 7th time this season he scored at least 20 in a basketball game. The 9th consecutive game he scored in double figures. But more importantly, the efficiency numbers, Moody, are going up and up as he's settling into the starting lineup.
He's had a great month. And the thing I've noticed, and tonight's a little skewed because both teams' stats are off the charts. They had 38 assists. But it seems to me, Festus and Bonte, he's getting the ball earlier in the shot clock. I feel like early in the season, he got a lot of late shot clock contested threes. Now, he's actually getting the ball early in the shot clock where he can actually turn down a shot. The ball comes back around, and he's getting much better rhythm, higher quality shots, which means you're going to shoot a higher percentage. So, yes, it's Moses Moody knocking down shots, but I think the rhythm and flow of the Warriors' offense has helped Moses Moody tremendously from an efficiency standpoint, Festus.
But that's also what happens, Mully, when you have 38 assists. It means the ball's moving. Moses was a hired gun tonight. You know, my guy came out on the floor, 5 for 9 for the three-point line. I thought his energy, his hustle to start this game was really apparent. You saw the offensive rebound for the and-one. In the first quarter, Moses scored 7 points. He was the highest scorer in the first quarter, came into the game with energy, was hitting shots, was getting to the line. And now, as the game evolves, he's not just on the three-point line. Now he's making plays off the dribble. Without Jimmy Butler, he recognizes that he has to do more. And Moses is doing more, 26 big ones tonight.
This is a nice combo at the two-guard spot, too. Moses Moody and D'Anthony Melton both playing their best basketball at the same time.
Yeah, and I think Melton adds a different dimension. The fact that he can blow by his man, get in the paint and finish. Maybe more importantly, as Festus said, have a better balance to their attack. Now, tonight, they shot an incredible percentage from three, so they had 54 attempts of their 86 field goal attempts overall. But when you're collapsing the defense and creating high-quality shots, you can live with that. But you definitely, moving forward, have to attack the paint first and foremost. That's how you create high-quality shots.
See how happy he is? There's no defense, just all offense. You happy with that?
I mean, I'm happy the Warriors won, but we knew, hey, look, there's a reason the Utah Jazz came in as the 30th defensive rated team in the league. We saw it on paper, and then we watched it unfold right before our eyes for 2.5 hours.
20 turnovers, and they still score 140 points. And that's due to the three-point shooting in that first half. Look at the first half numbers from the three-point line. They were 15 of 31. Buddy Hield and Moses Moody combined to go 6 for 10 in that first half, and they were locked in. Wide open threes. You see Al Horford. That's what he does there. Moses Moody from the corner. They were lighting it up from the perimeter, Fezzi.
It started off with Al Horford, and this is why Al, Draymond, Moses Moody, their roles are so important in that starting lineup. Now, I love that Moses is really taking it upon himself to play better, to play and put more on his shoulders scoring-wise. But everybody has to do a little bit more. I thought Al Horford started this game off well. This is the second or third game Al Horford started this year?
Third game.
Third game. And Al is really coming in. You know, he's the guy, the focal point to start the game. And they throw him the ball, pick and roll with him and Steph. Al lights it up. And to start the game like that, to have Al do that, they're blocking shots, they're doing those things. I don't know what happened to the defense after the first quarter, but then I think the Warriors are starting to get settled into the game earlier in the shot clock, especially in the first quarter.
Yeah, you heard Moses Moody talk with Fitz and Buki about the defense. You know, tonight I thought they did a good job running Utah off the line. The Warriors had 8 blocks. Al Horford had 3. So the Utah Jazz, yeah, they scored 124. But I thought the Warriors ran them off the three-point line enough and forced them into some tough shots. I mean, their offensive numbers looked pretty good. They had 38 assists also. Right. But, you know, the Warriors, like you said, Bonte, they turned the ball over 20 times. They gave up 23 second chance points and still scored 140.
Insane.
The first quarter was offensive explosion.
First quarter was a difference. They gave up only 24 points in that quarter. That was the only quarter somebody scored under 30 in this basketball game. The Warriors scored at least 33 points in each quarter of this game. Utah 31, 38, and 31. But, we got to talk offense. We got to talk about the chef, Stephen Curry, of course, who's making more history, surpassing the great Paul Pierce. We'll get to that in a second here. It's good to see him move around well. 50% from the floor. We discussed his numbers over his last 11 games. 4-10 from the three-point line. And more importantly to me, played under 30 minutes, Fezzi. Just 28 minutes of action for Stephen Curry.
Yeah, Bonte, I thought Steph was terrific, especially in the second half. A couple turnovers in the first half, and you know what happens. He just came back off of, a missed game. We were trying to watch him to see how he was moving with the with the knee soreness. Well, he came into this game in the third quarter, and he looked like the Steph we know, all right? 12 points for Steph in the third quarter, lighting it up, really propelling this team to extend that lead. And, Steph Curry magic.
He changed his shoes at halftime. Went through a little aqua green there. But, Bonte, you look at the stats there. Did a decent job overall against Steph, but he goes 9 for 10 from the free throw line. So you go from a mediocre game of 16, 17 points to 27 because he goes 9 of 10 from the free throw line.
Making history.
Surpassing Paul Pierce, 19 points. Most points in NBA history. He's going to get to Shaquille O'Neal in the next couple of years here. So Stephen Curry continues to climb that ladder. But it was good to see this bench really help out Stephen Curry because at times the starters were struggling in that first half. But the bench mod comes up. Again, 5 players in double figures off that bench. And that's imperative moving forward to help out Stephen Curry and shoulder some of that scoring load.
And when you shoulder that load, that's really important because Steph only played 28 minutes tonight. That's going to be important moving forward. I mean, with Jimmy out of the lineup, there's going to be more pressure for Steph to do more. But you don't want him to do it unless it's necessary. The Utah Jazz, this is not a good scoring team. This is not a good team. So for the bench to come into the game and make the impact they made, 67 points by the bench, everybody made an impact. I mean, almost everybody had a double figures. Draymond didn't score tonight, but everybody else made their impact in the game right now. And I think that's really important moving forward. Everybody has to contribute a little bit more.
Yeah, 5 players in double figures off the bench. That's an amazing stat in itself, and Fezzi mentioned 67 points. They've been putting up big-time points. And look, I feel like Jimmy Butler got them rolling, but now they're so confident, they're rolling out there almost automatically getting 50-plus points off the bench.
And I like the addition of Al Horford. Lessen some of the pressure for Quentin Post in that starting 5. Quentin Post comes off the bench with 10 points. He goes 4 of 7. D'Anthony Melton, 12 and 3. He's balling. 3 steals, of course. You get Will Richard doing this thing and Buddy Hield as well. But Guy Santos, how about Guy? As he's starting to earn some extra playing time in 22 minutes tonight, 6 of 7 from the floor, 16 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and the effort, Fezzi Fell. He gets to those 50-50 balls all night long, giving the Warriors extra possessions. This is a welcome sight as well, watching Guy Santos score the basketball.
Yeah, these are the places where Guy is going to be successful. Running in transition, he can make the occasional play for himself, but hitting those open shots, that's going to be so key for Guy to make his impact in the game. Without Jimmy, keep saying that, the bodies that can fill in are guys like Guy Santos. Same body type, his ability to defend, to rebound, all those things are going to be key for the Warriors.
Obviously, the 6 of 7 sticks out, the efficiency numbers, but as Festa said, Bonte, Guy Santos brings energy each and every night. He's going to get you extra possessions. He makes all the fundamental plays correctly, offensively and defensively, all the time. He's in the right place at the right time. And then once in a while, he'll get hot and make some extraordinary plays. But he's a very consistent player. You always can bank on him bringing the energy and effort every single play.
And how about Buddy Hield? In 4 of his last 7 games, he scored double figures. And I thought it was important for him to come off the bench tonight. And again, that was back and forth. There was a lot of sloppiness in that first half. Buddy Hield doing most of his damage in the first half, 13. Again, 4 of his last 7, Fezzi Fell, scoring in double figures. He's starting to find his rhythm off that Warriors bench.
Yes, Buddy! Actually, you know what happened? Buddy did a lot of his damage when the Warriors stopped turning the ball over. They had a few turnovers in the first half. The ball wasn't moving correctly. Second quarter, Buddy had 11 points. That ball found him, and Buddy knocked it down. 3 for 6 on the three-point line. Just one of the guys that just had that incredible shooting night tonight for the Warriors.
When the ball finds Buddy, the ball finds the basket. Get him in rhythm, he's going to make threes. That's what he does. He's always going to be ready for you. So Buddy Hield is starting to play some really good basketball. And with Jimmy Butler not available, they're going to need him.
That's a bar right there, Bully.
Ball finds
Buddy.
The ball finds Buddy.
Buddy finds
the basket. No, the ball finds Buddy.
Okay, all right, never mind.
Buddy, whatever. Buddy, we all screwed
Knock down
up.
threes.
Yeah, scored a basketball. We're going to hear from Steve Kerr.
40.
Yeah, there you go. We'll hear from Steve Kerr on the other side as the Warriors are heading home after a 2-2 road trip.